So best tech episode, I know that I haven't done these in a while. This is tech between that $100 to $200 price range. The first item, I actually am working with them on a bit of a giveaway. So if you want to win it, just make sure you comment, obviously follow along. This is the new Marshall Will-In 2 Bluetooth speaker. So this was actually my favorite speaker or Bluetooth speaker from last year. It just got upgraded to a version 2. You can see that it comes in the two different colorways, the cream as well as the black. And one of the upgrades is they've just kind of rounded out the edges to make sure that the grill gets a bit more protected, and they have dedicated on and off button / Bluetooth pairing up top. Still great sound, honestly. I love to carry these around like in my backpacks, on my golf bags, just somewhere super portable, and they are only like $120. So I think there's some awesome value. They're great stocking stuffers. They're great gift givers. I think you can't really go wrong with a Bluetooth speaker. And they obviously have that like iconic Marshall look, that amp design that they're so famous for. These are super solid, and the sound output out of them for such a small speaker is great, and you really can't go wrong in this price range. The next item, I'm gonna bless you guys with a huge discount here. So typically mechanical keyboards I test out all the time. When I first took this out and tried it, it feels like a $250 keyboard. It is from Mchos. You can see the only branding that they have is actually on the little dongle. This is $59, $60. It's on a Indiegogo campaign, so it'll bump up to like that $100 price point. Even then, this is by far the cheapest and the best mechanical keyboard I have ever seen. The keys sound and honestly feel like they're lubricated. They've got great travel, some nice clickiness, and since I test out so many keyboards like in my day, trust me, this is honestly the best value that you can get. What I like, there is the option to have RGB lighting, but I typically just keep that off, and they just have a small little LED indicator on the side. You can pair it via Bluetooth, via the dongle, or you can have it plugged in via Type-C. It's got the weight, it's got the heft. This should cost more money. Mchos, if you see this, increase the price, you will still sell a ton of these. So the next item, deal after deal, this is close to that $100 mark, and maybe if you buy like all of these extra accessories, you'll get to that price point. So this is the Watch Pro 2. It's by CMF. They're kind of like a subdivision of Nothing Phones. They kind of create devices that are very modular. So if you haven't seen one of their smartphones, awesome value for like $300, $350. Their Watch 2 Pro comes in at $69 or $70, so it's underneath that $100 mark, but you can buy these different modules. So for example, say you want to change out the band, you can also change things like the actual bezel. Obviously in every single smartwatch we've seen, changing the bands is a given, but for example, in this CMF watch, you can actually change something like the bezel. So you can go for this one that's a bit more rounded if that's your look. Simply just screw that on and snap it into place, and now you have a new redesigned bezel that's a bit smoother, so you can honestly take your pick. And if you haven't seen their phones before, obviously we're deviating from the price, but similar sort of thing. You can unscrew the back and replace the actual like back plate to give you a brand new look to your phone. So very modular, I love it, and they're on the budget side, or I guess on the cheaper side, and this will definitely be cheaper than any sort of like Apple Watch or anything else that you buy. Speaking of Apple Watches and chargers, so this is the Journey 3-in-1 charger. It's one of the cheaper 3-in-1 base chargers that I've seen. So obviously if you've got an Apple Watch or say any other magnetic watch, you can get that to charge. This will also charge your iPhone. That slots into place, and say your AirPods or any other wireless headphones or earbuds that you have. So it's just like this little sleek tray. This would be great for sticking next to like your bed, on your nightstand. Once again, just on the cheaper side of a 3-in-1 charger, kind of just like sleek, minimal, plugs in via USB-C, and can charge a bunch of different devices. P.S. If you're wondering about the Apple Watch band, this isn't the one stock from Apple. Journey also sells accessories, definitely under that $100 mark. So once again, a bit more value in today's episode. So next off, let's talk about personal upgrades. So I've been doing a ton of traveling lately. I've been all throughout Europe for the summer. So my personal upgrade to my vlogging kit, which I've kind of got back into, there are two things around that $100 to $200 mark. So obviously not the camera itself or the microphone, but the first is this new little ND filter that I've got here. This is a variable ND by K&F Concept. I actually picked this up on Prime Day, so it goes between like 2 to 6 stops depending how bright it is. Since I've been shooting a lot outside, I was just in Germany actually shooting some stuff for Porsche. So out of the cars, with it being summertime, that is pretty key. The second thing, which I honestly cannot stop raving about, is this super lightweight carbon tripod. So this is like $150-ish. This one's from Newer, which kind of makes budget accessories, and I've tried out the Peak Design one, which is I think like double the price at like $500. This thing is pretty much identical, but you save like 2/3 of the cost. It is super lightweight. You can keep this like in a backpack. You can carry it around literally in one hand. It kind of stacks up all the way to almost full height, and it is very collapsible. And probably the best part shooting content, it has this nice little quick release plate up top. You can quickly change the orientation between landscape to vertical. So great for shooting like shorts content, TikTok stuff, and I can do that like on the fly without switching out my actual little plate. So super, super versatile, and once again, super lightweight, easy to vlog with. Like I can hold this up easy in one hand, and it's way less than some of the competitors that I've seen. It is like my new favorite piece of like gear on my upgrade list. And even though I got this new Sony microphone, which is great, it plugs in without a cable. The new 16 to 35G Master 2 have made some very expensive upgrades. I rave about my tripod the most. It's dope. So the next item that has also saved my life in all my traveling this summer has been these Lexar SSDs. So this one is 2 terabytes. You can get different sizes between that $100 to $200 mark. This is the Armor 700 series, so it's kind of wrapped in this rubber coating, so it has survived a lot of drops. It survived the ruggedness of like using it on the road. They're great because I'm too cheap to buy storage on, say, my laptop. Always buy like the base storage option if you're getting like a MacBook Pro, Apple, HP. Every single OEM just charges way too much for extra storage. Get these portable ones. You can buy multiple. They're super fast, like 2000 megabit read and write speeds. I can like edit 4K video footage right off of the hard drive itself. They're honestly game changers. They're cheap, they're affordable, they're rugged, and they have survived this summer for me for traveling. So the next items on the list, $100 kind of flat. These are the Beats Solo Buds earbuds. They are definitely way cheaper than say like AirPods. There are some sacrifices that you need to make. These don't have, for example, active noise canceling. They do have spatial audio though, which is nice, but the actual carrying case, it isn't technically a charger like you'd get for a lot of more expensive earbuds. They do charge via USB-C though. Just keep in mind when they are dead, you need to kind of plug them in and you won't get extra juice from the carrying case. For that $100 mark, that's Canadian also. They're even less for USD. You cannot go wrong with these. Moving on to a streaming microphone that's around that $120 to $150 mark. This is the HyperX RGB microphone. It's kind of pretty simple plug and play. It works via USB-C. You've got this gain control on the bottom. It is RGB lighting with a little tap to mute little button on the top. So once again, very simple if you're looking to kind of get into the streaming space. Just kind of spend a bit more money than your stock microphone and you want that RGB look. This is a pretty solid option. And last but not least, a bit of lifestyle stuff since I've been kind of getting a bit more into this. So this is a Dripply tumbler. This is a very like premium little thermos. You can see that it's like completely covered in matte black. It gives you that premium feel. It's nice to obviously touch. It's mainly used for like your daily coffees or teas. It'll keep your drink like nice and warm. And obviously if you're like into tech, you know that like matte black is the complete look. And they also have these little leather sleeves, which I think makes it look even better. So once again, a bit more like on the lifestyle stuff. This is a bit on the pricier end for technically something that doesn't have any tech inside, but if you are a big coffee person, if you like that kind of ritual of making one every morning and want to have something a bit more premium, you need it on the go, this is a solid gift, honestly. I think coffee lovers or hot beverage lovers will really love that. So that is pretty much best tech between that $100 to $200 mark. We saw a lot of stuff. We saw some honestly really great deals like that keyboard. Do not sleep on that one. Remember that giveaway that I mentioned, so just make sure you comment down below. Make sure you're subbed to the channel, follow me on social, all that good stuff, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next vids. Peace.